Posted by you/queen_of_the_mots. Man, I am still trying to process an exchange I had this morning. I was sitting on my balcony having breakfast, and there was this woman I've never spoken to, walking her dog. We don't know her, but my roommate and I see her down there pretty much every day. She's around our age, I would guess, so either in her 30s like us, or maybe in her 40s. We've never exchanged so much as a hello up to this point. Now, I really like my apartment complex. It's cute and pleasant to walk around, and the only thing that really sucks is when people don't clean up after their dogs. It's so freaking gross, and I hate when people don't do it. You're a grown-up who made a choice to have a pet. That comes with responsibilities that you have to keep up with. Most people around here do clean up after their dogs, from what I've seen, so we know it's just a few rotten eggs. If I see people who don't look like they're doing it, I call them out, which I know comes with risks, but come on people. The response is sometimes defensive, sometimes a bit of twisting the truth like, oh, I was just about to, but they all know that they should be doing it. Anyway, this woman had her dog right by our balcony, and my friend and I were just chatting until I noticed the woman walking away without cleaning it up. So I said, in a tone more polite than the situation probably merited, "Excuse me, are you going to clean up after your dog?" And she says in this snotty voice, "No, I'm good, thanks." I immediately burst out laughing, though not the good-humored kind, because I couldn't believe the audacity. I said, "Wow, that's really pathetic," which apparently was more than she'd expected me to do because she came marching back. I have to imagine most people don't call this woman out. For her to have that kind of immediate vitriol makes me think she's kind of spoiled in general and was angry I'd embarrassed her. But she clearly knew I was right because she had to come back and double down. So she comes running at us with this kindergarten logic and goes, "I'm not the only one who doesn't clean up after my dog. Lots of people don't clean up after their dogs." And I was like, so, how does that absolve you of adding to the problem? She keeps going on about how other people do it too, so I said, "Cool, then give me their names. Let's have a list, because I don't see any of them right now." And she's like, "Open your eyes and figure it out for yourself." I was like, "That's what I'm doing right now." She keeps shouting that she doesn't have to do anything she doesn't want to. And that she doesn't care what I think, so I was like, holy crap, I have never met such an entitled person. It's insane to me that you're getting this angry over someone expecting basic decency out of you. And she says, "No, you're the one who's entitled." I burst out laughing again and said, "I clean up after my animals. Me telling you I don't appreciate you leaving messes on our shared property doesn't make me entitled. You're a grown adult who knew what responsibilities you'd have when you got a pet. There are tons of other people who don't want to see your dog's crap. You're not the main character." At this point, I feel like this woman has never been confronted beyond her first snarky response, and I have a bubbly and friendly tone normally, so she probably expected to scare or shock me into silence with that callous initial reaction, because she was practically melting down, trying to upset me while my friend and I laughed. She gave me a snarky, "Have a nice day," and I wished her the same in an equal tone. Then she waddled off. And no, that's not me calling her fat. She was actually really fit, she just walks in a very exaggerated, cartoonish way like Jessica Rabbit or something. I thought she was doing it to be snarky, but my friend said she just always walks like that. We took a short video of her, sadly not of the incident itself as we had to go grab our phones, and I plan to take it to the front office just to let them know. It's only step one. I doubt anything will be done with just this, but this has been driving me crazy, and I'm ready to start holding rude people accountable. Fortunately, I can use the corporate offices if the people here don't start putting pressure on those who are blatantly breaking their lease. It's right in there that you have to clean up after your animals. I'm not trying to get anyone evicted, but I'm hoping she at least feels the pressure to act like a grown-up and take care of her pets. Like, I wouldn't cry if she got a fine or something. Seriously though, it's painful to me that people like this even exist. She was so confident that she was somehow in the right that she didn't even try to lie about it. Like, woman, you aren't 12. The other people do it argument isn't gonna hold up in court, Lamau. First update 1 day later. So yesterday, I posted about having a nasty encounter with a neighbor of mine who is apparently too good to pick up after her dog. She made sure to let me know that I was the entitled one for not wanting dog poop all over the property, and she threw in some classist remarks, expecting maintenance people to clean it up. Someone suggested in the comments that she might be the pathetic sort to come back and intentionally try to provoke us. I thought for sure she wouldn't be that dumb. Turns out, I was the fool for giving her that much credit. But it's a good thing she did, because I got a great video of her. I'm not gonna upload it for a number of reasons, but I might if she tries to do it to me. It played out like entitled Loser 101, to a degree that it almost felt unreal. I can't believe people like this truly exist. She came by, intentionally brought her dog right beneath our balcony this time, and waited. I was like, cool, let's record. So we sit there, she waits for her dog to poop, and then she starts to walk away, of course, proof, thank you. However, as she walked away, She saw that I was recording and turned back. She started shrieking, "Oh my God, are you trying to record me? You know that's illegal, right?" I said, "Yes, I am. It's not illegal. You're in a public space." She starts yelling at me to mind my own business, and that none of this concerns me. I told her that it did concern me because I live here too, and I don't want a poop-covered apartment complex. Nor do any of the other residents, I would imagine. She told me I didn't own the complex, like that makes it okay. We had a back and forth, and she started recording me back, telling me threatening things like, "Thanks for exposing yourself," implying that she's going to dox me and put it online. Hopefully, nothing comes of that because I want my privacy, but I haven't done anything wrong, so I'm not worried about it otherwise. When that didn't upset me, as she clearly intended, she started trying to insult me, and it was hilarious. "This is probably because of your weight." Lamau, my best friend, and I burst out laughing. She called me a fat BTCH, so I started recording again to catch anything else she might say. She told me she was reporting me, and I told her to please do it so they'd know who she was when I report her. It was freaking bonkers. This woman is a nightmare. I'm actually worried this is going to escalate into something even worse. But I guess we'll see. So the second she left, we took the video down to the front office. I showed it to one of the landlords, who was appalled. I mentioned the day before and how that had gone down, and I verified that she was indeed breaking her lease. Also, the landlord thanked me for policing people who just leave dog poop behind. She said they've been trying to get people to take responsibility, and it's turning into a real issue. After that, she gave me her email and asked me to send her the videos. I did so, and now we'll see how it unfolds. I also told her that the woman threatened to report me, so she may actually call in herself and unintentionally turn herself in. I also mentioned my concerns about potential retaliation so that it's on record. If she calls the cops, I fortunately have the video, so she won't be able to make up anything about me harassing her or something. I've been told not to engage with her if she comes back again, but to just contact the office and let them know she's here. I really don't know what to expect. I just wanted to enjoy a nice morning on my balcony. I'm seriously blown away. All this because someone asked you to pick up your dog's poop? What is this world coming to? Second update 1 month 3 weeks later. Hey everyone, sorry it's been a while. I know many of you have been waiting for an update. Unfortunately, it's not as exciting as some of you might have hoped, but I'm actually content with how things turned out. So, the very next day, Dog Poop Girl showed up again, but this time she didn't come near our balcony. I don't know if someone in her life told her she might get in trouble or what, but it was clear she still wanted us to know she was okay with what had happened. I emailed the landlords as they had requested and informed them that she was outside at that moment, etc. The office thanked me, and then I never heard from them again. The following day, a different woman was walking the dog. I thought that was a bit strange, but I figured maybe she hired someone to handle that task for her. For around a month or two, I think, we didn't see her, and we could only speculate. Maybe she lived with her boyfriend here. One of my roommates said she saw her with a guy, and he told her to stop staying over if she was going to cause problems. Maybe she got the fine and threw a temper tantrum and left. I figured she could also just be avoiding our side of the property. It was hard to say, but I was just glad not to have to deal with her. Finally, a couple of weeks ago, I was heading to the other side of the property, and I saw her with her dog. So she's still here, clearly just avoiding our side of the complex. And that is more than fine with me. No idea what went down during that period, and I'm not sure I ever will. I did notice she seemed to have dog poop bags with her this time, though, Lamau. I can only speculate that they caught her, fined her, and told her there'd be more fines after that. I don't know what happened, but they took some sort of action with the dog owners in our building because I now see every dog owner walking around with bags. The dog poop problem has gotten much better. Maybe knowing their neighbors were watching and tired of their nice walking area being covered in excrement motivated them to be more responsible. Here's hoping it stays at this level. I really don't like having confrontations, but I'm also not one to put up with other people's crap, figuratively or literally. I know that some of you were hoping for a big explosion or some juicy details about this woman being put in her place. Personally, I'm just glad not to have to see her anymore. She never tried to retaliate, thankfully, and I'm guessing people in her life let her know she was digging her own grave. I actually wonder if part of the reason she avoids us completely is so that we don't see that she's being forced to pick the poop up now, which is a hilarious thought. If anything else suddenly happens, I promise to update again. But as it stands, it looks like this has sort of quietly resolved itself. I do kind of wish I knew more details, just out of my own nosiness, but we can at least all be satisfied with the fact that she was absolutely convinced she was in the right, and it blew up in her face. She's probably still awful, of course, but at least someone is holding her accountable. I waited this long to see if anything else happened, but it looks like this might be the end of the story, which I'd honestly prefer. However, if anything comes up again, as I said, I'll let you all know. Thanks for sharing and venting with me while I dealt with a very frustrating situation. I appreciated all of your comments and support.